Welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred on this date in years past, both recognized by other historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the Smart Device application Today in History. What happened today in history?
Historical calendar and on his website, honestday.com.
Yep. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Xander, and I am joined by...
Shellhead.
Golden Loon.
Yep. And of course, you viewer are you. Today is Moon's Day, aka Monday. I forgot the month. May 8th, 2023. Yeah. No, I haven't done this in a couple of weeks, so I'm kind of out of the swing of things. I mean, I've forgotten, the month and the date. And, because, we went on vacation last month. We ended this month. I'm all out of whack. Anyway, let's get into the history today, shall we? Mr. Sowen, would you care to start us off in 535? We're just going to read the standard ones, the black ones, other than the first. So.
Yeah, 535. John II's reign as Catholic Pope ends upon his death.
Well, that usually happens. So.
And also, 1348. Ship from Bordeaux carrying the plague lands in Melcombe Regis, now Weymouth. Forced the beginning of the terrible pestilence, the Black Death in England.
Oh, so documented evidence of when the bubonic plague finally hit England. Ravaged Europe. And
1348.
And where did this particular disease come from specifically? You know?
No.
Wuhan, China.
How do you know that?
Because I've looked into it.
Ah.
The Black Death, the Spanish flu, and several other global, pandemics that have, destroyed countless things. The majority of them all come from China.
China, I understand, but you're specifically going to Wuhan.
Yeah, well, it is, specifically. You know what? Let me fact check myself. Where did the Black Death originate?
1348.
Central Asia, close to Lake Kazakh in what is now Kazakhstan. Huh.
Okay, that's a little bit better as far as specifically going to Wuhan.
Well, then I guess it was the Spanish flu, because I remember one of them.
Did Wuhan even exist?
Well, the region.
1348?
The region
did, yeah.
Yeah. So, well, I guess we can't really do too much digging. I'm going to have to move over here because, right here, you see I'm getting a little, purple ball or something. My background's being weird. So, anyway, let's move on up here.
One more. 1450, Jack Cage Rebellion. Kinsman's revolt begins against King Henry VI, and they march towards London.
Huh. Alright. We have the Parliament of Worms here, 1521. Parliament of Worms installed edict against Martin Luther. Oh man, yeah, that poor guy was just, getting hung up by his toes because of his beliefs.
All he had was a dream.
That's a different Martin Luther. This one I think was white. So
He had a dream too about Protestants.
you know what? You are correct. Oh, yeah. We have 1541. Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto and his expedition discovered the Mississippi River. Oh, that's
I wonder
interesting.
if he drove his car. DeSoto?
Oh.
It's an old car.
Oh.
You don't even remember the name DeSoto?
No.
Oh, no. That's terrible.
I had no idea where you were coming from. I knew you were making a joke, and I didn't want to sound, I didn't want to sound stupid. Be like, they didn't have cars back then. You silly.
So you've never heard of a DeSoto?
No, I have not.
Oh,
I really have not.
I'm way too old.
Well, I could have told you that, but
Thanks.
I still love you. Then we got the Peace of Nikolsburg confirmed in 1624. Hungarian King Bethlen Gabor and Holy Roman Emperor Ferdinand II signed the Treaty of Vienna confirming the Peace of Nikolsburg, agreed in 1621. So that took several years right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good old pencil head. No, seriously, his beard right there.
Yeah, I know.
That's a graphite, and then his face is the shaved part of the pencil, and even his hair, it looks like the pencil wave, at the end of the sharpening, the other end. He's a pencil head, resting on a marshmallow. Back to you, Mr. Sohen.
Year. What year?
Oh, 1657.
1657, English Lord Protector Oliver Cromwell refuses the English crown.
Oliver Cromwell. That's a name that's in my brain. Like, he was a good guy for whatever reason. I don't know the specifics, but it says here English military and political leader, and I think he did a lot of good stuff. I mean, turning down the crown, that's a massive show of humble. So that's not the right word. Help me out here.
You're on your own.
Okay.
I don't know where you're going.
Well, because he refused the English crown.
Yeah.
Same vein as when George Washington, he could have very easily become king, but instead he chose, to stay the course and try democracy out and everything. Right. Refusing the crown, that's that's very humble. You could have had something great, and you're like, no, I want to stay here. Anyway, 1660, English Parliament proclaimed. Actually, it's Sohan's turn, right? I don't remember anymore.
1660, English Parliament proclaims Charles II King of England and invites him to return. Hey, come see Charles.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
Now they got a King Charles III.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love that meme. What is it? 89-year-old man excited about first job after after his mom moved out of the house or something.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
They had his inaugural deal or whatever it is Saturday.
Oh, okay.
He's officially, he's been the king, but I don't know what it's called. But the
ceremony.
It's
1792.
1792.
U.S. establishes the military draft.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. I wonder why they were drafting. I guess as a precaution. So. Yeah. Oh, the next one, 1812. That's pretty interesting.
Also, 1812, U.S. passes firstborn aid bill, authorizing up to $50,000 to assist victims of Caracas, Venezuela earthquake of March 26.
Well, that's cool. Our first foreign aid bill was to victims of now $50,000 in 1812. Let's see here, $50,000, 1812. Well, it just popped this up. Here we go. The value of $50,000, it would be the purchasing power of between $633,000 and $833,333.33. That's so not yet $1 million, but still we look back 50,000. You can blow your nose with 50,000 in today's political climate. So. Anyway, we got some Andersen's fairy tales here in 1835. The first installment of Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales, published by C.A. Reitzel in Copenhagen, Denmark. Okay. This is interesting. 1840. Alexander Wolcott patented photographic process. Why is that not highlighted?
Wow, really?
Yeah. A lot of these pictures are because of this guy. So. And we got John Brown's Anti-Slavery Convention. Good old John Brown. That guy was a nutcase, but for some of the right reasons. 1858, U.S. abolitionist John Brown held a secret anti-slavery convention in Canada. Now, John Brown, I believe this is the same guy. He was extremely anti-slavery, and to the point of wanting violence. He wanted a civil war, and he actually had a shootout with U.S. federal agents led by Robert E. Lee, of all people. He fought Robert E. Lee. It was
before the Civil War.
Before the Civil War, but a lot of people, because we all know about Fort Sumter.
Right.
But a lot of people believe that that wasn't the final straw. The final straw was beforehand, which caused the Fort Sumter thing. Okay. Was his because he had a whole a battle somewhere in Tennessee, and several people died, but he held up and he wanted to start a war, so that way the slaves can get free. He wanted to kill the slavers, So that's why I said he was a nut job. A good nut job, but for some weird reasons, Anyway, but ooh, you got the carbon microphone here in 1878, Mr. Sohan.
Yes, in 1878, Edward Hughes, he proved the idea of a microphone is read before the Royal Society of London by Thomas Henry Huxley.
The idea for a microphone that we're using right now.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, David Edward Hughes. Like, for your invention. Like, cannot be doing this show without it. Like.
Also, 1881, Henry Morgan Stanley signs the first of many contracts with the Congolanian monarch.
Huh. Henry Morgan Stanley, or Morton Stanley. That's another name that's in my brain that I don't exactly remember why, but he's important for a reason.
Yeah.
So, ooh. We got alpha and beta rays here in 1899. Ernest Rutherford published his discovery of two different kinds of radiation, alpha and beta particles. All right. Radiation, yeah. The Burns versus O'Brien. 1907, Canadian Tommy Burns retained his world heavyweight boxing title after defeating Philadelphia Jack O'Brien on points in 20 rounds in Los Angeles, California. That's an endurance match right there.
You wonder what LA looked like in 1907.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on a
To
second.
host a heavyweight championship bout, pretty small town.
Yeah, let's see here. Images. Los Angeles. Not that small.
No, but I mean,
Yeah. Man, dude, that'd be interesting to see. Like, because I love the before and after you have the book.
oh yeah,
Like, it's really wild. And even like today, like a lot of that stuff has changed. So it's like,
the book's outdated now.
Yeah. End of World War I, 1919, Edward George Honey first proposed the idea of a moment of silence to commemorate the armistice of World War I, led to the creation of Remembrance Day. I've heard about that. And yeah, that's just 1 year after it ended. Huh.
I remember that movie we watched.
Which one? 1917?
No, all on the Wrecked in Front.
Oh, the remake.
Oh.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. I was stoned out of my gourd. I remember watching it, but it was all in German, so I just stopped paying attention and was browsing memes. But hey, I had it on the background. I do got to watch it again sober so I can watch the subtitles.
Got shot.
What?
At the end. Man got shot at the end.
Aw.
And was walking out.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, back to you, Mr. Sohan. You got some cricket history.
Cricket.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Not long enough.
1923, English Test Open batsman Jack Hobbs scores his 100th class cricket 100 with 160 not out of Surrey v Somerset in Bath.
Huh. Okay.
Also, 1924, Arthur Hoginger Orchestra tribute to steam locomotive Pacifica 231 premieres.
That's a really unfortunate last name. For today's world, you go around talking about them, somebody might think you're saying a slur.
Same thing about Arnold.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Good old Arnie. Also, 1925, 50th Preakness, Jack Comer aboard Coventry wins in 1 minute and 59 seconds.
Huh.
Well, the 50th in 1925? Wow.
Yeah. I'm going to move on up. We got some baseball history in 1929. New York Giants pitcher Carl Hubble no hits Pittsburgh Pirates 11-0 at the Polo Grounds, New York City. Whoa, they got stomped.
Yeah.
Wow, that's unfair. Got Volgograd tractor patent or plant. 1929, Soviet government contracted Albert Kahn Associates architectural firm to design the USSR's first tractor plant. Huh. All right. I wonder if it was in Stalingrad. because that was a manufacturing city.
It was?
Yeah, well, like like all the bombed out factories and everything.
Yeah.
Remember the movie Enemy at the Gates?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fighting in all the bombed out factories and everything. Yeah. So then we got Gandhi begins fast. I wonder how many times he fasted, or went on hunger strikes or such. The real king of peaceful protests, true peaceful protests. Not mostly, none of this mostly peaceful crap that we have today. 1933, Mahatma Gandhi began a 21-day fast in protest against British opposition or British oppression in India. Wow, I need to read better. But yeah, you can protest. We were just talking about it, So right on the money there. Right back to you, Mr. Sohead. Oh, here we go. We talked about this yesterday.
Yes. Also, 1945, German General Wilhelm Keitel formally surrenders to the Allies, represented by the United States, the UK, France, and the Soviet Union in Berlin.
Yep. All right. So, you know what? Let me just look this up. End of World War II in Europe. Not VE Day, but yeah. Well, VE Day is September 2nd, and that's a while from now.
Yeah.
So, I guess it was still in a state of war, although no fighting. I don't know. I don't know the exact semantics about like the end of the wars.
Well, that was a full surrender, I believe. Of course it was, but the war is still raging. That sector of the war, they surrendered, but the war is still going on.
Oh, so this is somewhere else. No, but this is Berlin.
No, it's Germany.
Yeah.
That sector of the war. The Pacific Front is still going on.
Yeah, but Victory in Europe Day, VE, was September 2nd. So between now and then, there is still a war.
Yeah.
But he surrendered in Berlin. No. Dad, Europe is not the Pacific Front.
No, of course not.
But I'm talking about Europe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. In Germany, he surrendered.
Yeah, but between now and then, what was going on in Europe? Victory in Europe Day wouldn't happen until September 2nd. So what's going on? There are several months where there was still we're still at war, but we're not fighting.
No, they surrendered. They wouldn't still be at war.
So why would VE Day, Victory in Europe Day, which is Germany, not be for another couple of months?
VE is Victory in Europe?
Europe. VE is Victory in Europe because Europe starts with an E.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then VJ Day is Victory in Japan, and then that's the end of the full thing.
Okay.
But as far as in Europe is concerned, because this is why I'm so confused. Germany, which is in Europe, okay, is surrendering on this date.
Right.
But Victory in Europe Day, hold on a second. VE Day. Let's just check it out. VE Day. Oh, May 8th.
There you go.
Oh.
So the war ended there.
But why am I saying end of World War II in Europe and it says September 2nd?
It didn't recognize you're in Europe. That's what you wrote in, right?
Well, I guess Google...
but as soon as you put VE Day in, it showed you. And keep in mind...
That's weird.
The Pacific Front with Japan, obviously, was very personal to us.
Oh, yes.
Everything else was in Europe. We sent everything to Europe. But this was Japan that attacked our land.
Well, let's not forget, because
we really recognized the end of the war. It was when
it wasn't just conquered. Japan and us, though. China was there and Russia was there too.
Of course.
So, and Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
World War.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was confused. Like I searched for the same thing, but with two different ways, and it gave me two different dates. So, Google, you got to get on that, man. Or I wonder if they're doing that intentionally to screw with people's heads so they don't know what real history is. Because that threw me for a loop.
It didn't recognize your in Europe part. Because we
from here weird.
we really we look at the end of the war as Japan.
I'm looking specifically for victory in Europe, not the end of the Second World War, because I know, like World War II was my introduction to history. So of everything, I'm gonna know more about that than anything else. But like the end of World War II is the end of everything. That the whole World War. I'm specifically looking in Germany. So, so like I thought, I'm all confused. Let's move on up to 1947.
1947, a movement Among card players to protest the first meeting with Jackie Robinson and the Dodgers is aborted to talk by a talk from owner Sam Braden.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what all that means.
A lot like
That
BS.
sounds like lawyer talk. I'm trying to figure out exactly what that says.
Yeah.
Do you understand it? I don't know what a card player is.
Card players. I'm guessing people who are on cards.
What does it mean to be on cards in a baseball league? I'm confused.
I don't know what it
Let's
means.
check that up.
Card players.
It's got to be baseball cards, the players on them.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second.
But I still
Okay.
can't make sense out of it.
Okay, a movement among card players to protest its first meeting, which
Jackie Robinson.
yeah,
It's got to be because he was black, maybe.
yeah. Well, obviously it's a racial thing, but what are the cards? Baseball. These cards are positioning cards that tell the fielders where to defensively position when a certain batter.
Oh.
So, would this be the Cardinals?
No.
No, you're with the Dodgers.
I am confused. Well, I present.
So we're thinking of trading cards, baseball cards, but that's not.
No,
Apparently,
no,
there
no,
was
no,
some
it's-
kind of
It's
a card would be something you have where to position your players because he pulls the ball or he hits it down
Yeah.
the right field line or
it's
whatever.
a mechanic for the actually playing the game. Whatever.
Kind of I guess it gives you information on each ball player on how to defend them.
Okay, well, if anybody watching this knows, please tell us in the underbar because we're apparently all stupid. But let's move on up. We got another 1947 here.
Also in 1947, Polish resistance fighter Witold Pelik, who had volunteered to be imprisoned in Auschwitz to gain information about the Holocaust, is arrested by Polish Communist police.
Oh man, yikes! Willingly going to
Wow.
Auschwitz? Oh Jesus! Ugh.
Willingly going to Auschwitz?
I mean, some people take investigative journalism a little too far.
Man,
So-
I volunteer.
Wow,
Everybody like the fuck.
balls, man. That guy's got balls. Well,
My death wish.
moving on up, 1950. Is it still your turn, someone?
Oh, you still turn.
Okay. President of the Republic of China, Chiang Kai-shek, asked the U.S. for weapons. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
With what's his face in Ukraine, constantly asking for more and more and more.
Because remember, in the 50s, we only recognized Taiwan as China. We didn't recognize mainland China as China, politically.
Well, that's because the communists were taking over.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because the current government that's in power in Taiwan now is the actual Chinese government in exile that was driven
Right.
off the mainland
Right.
back in the 20s and 30s.
Right, and that's
So-
what in the 50s that we were recognizing Taiwan as China.
So we were recognizing that as part of China.
No,
Oh.
as China.
Okay, and then we switched.
And mainland China doesn't exist. Whoops.
Yeah, careful. Anyway, let's move on up to 1952. A revival of George Gershwin, Ira Gershwin, George S. Kaufman, and Maury Reischko's musical political satire of The I Sing, directed by Kaufman, opened at Ziegfeld Theater, New York City, running for 72 performances. Well, that's a huge introduction for something that didn't last that long. But
Let me go back one second on the China deal.
Yeah.
It wasn't that they didn't exist.
we didn't
looked
recognize
at,
them.
We recognized Taiwan as representing all of China.
All right.
That's
Here, let me move this
that's
out of your
okay.
way here.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's weird, how things flip. Because
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, it's I learned about World War II, and I knew about the animosity, what he had towards Japan, and it's just all of a sudden we're allies with Japan now, throughout time, enemies become friends, friends become enemies, things are ever changing, and it's just wild,
Yeah.
having, because we were talking about this earlier today on the walk, how since a young age I was exposed to a lot of more critical thinking ideas and such, because I was always around, like the grandparents and the older people, and not just the parents, but the generation even above that.
Yeah.
So like I had like a step in and more insightful. So like it's really given me the ability to like really look at things from a decade around before most other people in my age group really started giving a crap about stuff like that. I'm already thinking about it.
True.
I thank you for that. So, anyway, we got 1957. South Vietnamese President Ngo Dien Diem arrived in the United States on a state visit. Yeah, and he was our ally.
Yeah.
Because France was still is our ally. Vietnam was owned by France, and they were like, oh, okay, enough. So, anyway, Christopher Lee. Huh. Dracula.
The most badass man in life in
Hell
general.
yeah. Didn't he serve in the military?
Yes, he did. I think he was hunting Nazis.
Oh, wow. He was that old? No way.
He was hunting. No, he was young in World War II.
You are correct. He was born in 22. Wow. So he fought in...
Yeah,
Wow.
he would have been 20 years old.
Wow, that's pretty
20-some years
cool.
old, yeah.
He is a badass. And he also did metal.
Metal?
Metal music, yes.
Oh, what? What? Oh, wow. Okay, I need to look into this guy. This guy sounds awesome. So, anyway, take it away.
Sure. 1958. Classic Hammer horror film Dracula, film starring Christopher Lee as the imponious vampire alongside Peter Cushing. Directed by Terrence Fisher, released. Oh, he's a badass.
Wow. So he fought in the Second World War. He got into metal music. He played Dracula. He played Count Dooku. Wasn't he also in one of the Lord of the Rings?
Sauron.
Yeah. Wait, he played as Sauron? Sauron.
Oh, Saruman.
Saruman. Yeah, Sauron's the evil guy. Saruman's the wizard. So, all right. Oh, here we go again with this Little Rock crisis here in 1958. You want to take this one?
Sure. Also in 1958, U.S. President Eisenhower ordered National Guard outside of Central High School, Little Rock, Arkansas. Probably because of desegregation.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly what it was.
We were talking about this not too long ago, so this is an incident that was going on for a while. The 101st Airborne Division escorted the 9 black students into Little Rock School in Arkansas. Yeah. What the hell was wrong with us? We needed one of the most elite fighting forces in our armed forces to ensure children can go to school just because of the color of their skin? Jesus Christ. Wow.
Bad state of affairs.
Yeah, things are just as bad now, except they're the opposite way. Also in 1958, U.S. Vice President Richard Nixon was shoved, stoned, booed, and spat upon by protesters in Peru. We should have done that to him here, with what he did.
He did something similar to Bush. Two shoes.
Yeah, well, he dodged those, because Bush is apparently a ninja.
I wonder what the backstory is. Why were they doing that to him?
Because he's an asshole.
I don't think so. There had to be a reason why. He was VP at the time.
Yeah, because... Well, first off, he's
got to be policy, but something the U.S. was doing down there that you didn't like.
Reason 1, he was born in California. Okay, that's enough of a reason to spit on somebody,
Oh, God.
So, anyway, 1959, Little Caesars Pizza was founded by Mike Ilitch and his wife Marion Ilitch in Garden City, Michigan. Little Caesars.
Yeah.
Yeah, pizza.
Didn't know it went back that far, 59.
Yeah. And then we got Alan Shepard honored by NASA. 1961, Alan Shepard received NASA Distinguished Service Medal in Washington. Okay. He was an astronaut, and the name is familiar, so he's done something.
Could have been the first man in space.
No, he's not. That was Yuri Gagarin.
No, first U.S. man in space.
Maybe. Yeah, you're right. He was the first U.S. Good poll.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Anyway, back to you, Mr. Sohan.
1962, Oskar Schindler and his wife Emil Schindler were honored for saving 12,000 Jews during World War II in a ceremony on the Avenue of the Righteous Jerusalem.
As much as I wish it was 12,000, I'm going to have to be the bearer of bad news and just say it was 1,200. But still, that's a lot of lives saved. And remember that video I showed you about that guy, that old guy, and he saved like a bunch of children during World War II.
Oh, the movie, you mean?
No. The actual like it was
Oh.
so like you're the one who told me about this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Who is this guy again?
I forgot his name, but I think I have the video still in. Or you saved it.
Yeah. Well, I saved a lot of videos, and I don't know exactly where it is. So, but if I remember, I'm going to try to put a link to that in the underbar after the show.
Well, they did. That's Schindler's List. That movie is what I'm.
Well, I'm not talking about
Yeah,
Schindler.
yeah.
I'm talking about this other
Oh.
guy. No, like okay, like during World War II, he helped he rounded up a bunch of kids and evacuated them
Yeah.
before the Nazis came in.
Oh,
And then
okay.
many years later, they had he was part of the audience
Oh, I
like
remember
in
you telling
some
me about that.
I've shown it to you.
Yeah, that's
in
right.
some show
That's
like
right.
Mari or
Yeah.
something. I remember. And then he was they had him surrounded by all the people he had saved
Yeah.
growing up.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like oh please stand up if this man saved your life, and 50 people
Yeah.
stood up. He was just oh my god, that was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So I gotta find that and post it in the underbar. But yeah. Anyway, let's move on up here to 1962. Oh, this guy.
Oh, you talking about Sir Nicholas Winton?
Ah, yes, I think. Sir Nicholas Winton.
Yep.
Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, this is the video. And I'm just gonna play just a little bit of it, and I'm gonna try not to cry here.
Can I ask, is there anyone in our audience tonight who owes their life to Nicholas Winton? If so, could you stand up, please?
Oh my god. Okay, I gotta get off of that. I'm already tearing up. Let's move on up here, Mr. Soen. A funny thing happened.
Ooh.
Oh
A
man.
funny thing happened. 1962. Stephen Sondheim's music. A funny thing happened on the way to the Forum, starring Zero Moscow and Jack Guilford, and directed by George Abbott. Opens at Alvin Theater, New York City. Runs for 965 performances
Wow.
and wins 6 Tony Awards.
Oh yeah, Stephen Sondheim. We talked about him many times. On the show. He's up there for a reason. Ooh, and here we go. The first of many. So
Yep, 1963. James Bond's first film, Dr. No, starring Sean Connery, premieres in U.S.
Bond, James Bond.
He's still my Bond, original.
He
one.
is the Bond.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I grew up, with GoldenEye. So what is that, Pierce Brosnan or something?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Could have been.
Yeah, but
Pierce
I
Brosnan.
got to, you have to tip your hat to the original. You just got to. So
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan was good. A couple of them in there I didn't care for. But Pierce Brosnan was
Like,
good.
like Roger Moore and Timothy Dalton.
Yeah. Roger Moore didn't care for.
Anyway, 1963, U.S. President John F. Kennedy offered Israel assistance against aggression from its neighbors. Oh yeah, sure, I mean the aggression that they just so happen to surrender their land just out of the kindness of their hearts. Yeah, sure. 1966, only home run ever hit out of Baltimore's Memorial Park by Oriole outfielder Frank Robinson. Dang, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And Muhammad Ali indicted. 1967, Muhammad Ali was indicted for refusing induction in U.S. Army.
Yep.
Ooh. That's right. He tried to run, I think, right?
No,
He
he
didn't
didn't
run.
run. He didn't run. He just
Refused.
looked for a religious exemption.
Ah, okay.
They arrested him and
Is,
made a.
is that why he became Muslim?
No, he became
Well-
Muslim, and then he refused to join the draft because he's Muslim.
That's what I'm saying. Did he become Muslim to have an excuse to
No,
refuse
no,
the
no,
draft?
no,
no.
no, no, no.
Like,
He was
no.
established in the religion way before then.
He was
okay,
Muslim before that.
Yeah.
okay. Anyway, 1969.
1969. Paul the 6 publishes the Sacra Vitam Onogato, dividing the congregation of rites into two different congregations, one for divine worship and the other for the causes of the saints.
Hmm. Okay. We got some baseball history with Mr. Ernie Banks here in 1973. Ernie Banks filled in for Cubs manager Whitey Lockman, who was ejected during the game, technically becoming baseball's first black U.S. citizen manager.
What kind of name is that? Whitey.
Whitey, I know. I thought of that too. Like, oh, he took over Whitey. Then, Wounded Knee Occupation ends, 1973. The Wounded Knee Occupation ended after 10 weeks as 200 Oglala Lakota of the U.S. Indian, or the American Indian movement, surrendered to the South Dakota hamlet. So I guess they were just, like, holding on land in some kind of protest, or, like...
I forgot. I remember the name of a Wounded Knee. I don't remember what it was about.
Well, I know about a Battle of the Wounded Knee, but that's long before this.
Yeah, no.
So, but this sounds kind of like a Chaz type of scenario. You know, Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. You know what they did in Seattle and stuff. Yeah. They just took over an area. I mean, which there's still autonomous zones as I speak right now. You know, in various places across the U.S. where they the police don't go in there. Like, they operate outside of the government of the U.S. despite being on the land. I don't know why they're allowed to do that. You know, they should be, taken care of.
Slab City?
What?
Slab City?
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of them. Then 1974, the Canadian government of Pierre Trudeau fell. Thank God. But unfortunately, his quote-unquote son is currently in power. So, yeah, poor Canada. Like, good thing you're down here. Although you're in California, so it's not really much better. At least they're not offering you government-assisted suicide like they are up there, so that's a plus. But anyway, Mr. Soen, you got a music finale here.
1976, Leonard Bernstein and Alan J. Lerner, musical 16th Pennsylvania Avenue closes at Mark Hangler, New York City after 7 performances. Oh my God!
I wonder, because that's the address of the White House, right?
Yeah.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue?
Yes.
Boom, boom, yeah.
So I wonder if the turnout was because nobody likes the government. Nobody wants to go to the White House. Like, they like to go and visit, but like, why would you go to a play named after the address of a world leader?
It was actually just for them.
Huh. I don't know.
It was terrible.
I don't know. Nobody wanted
7 performances.
Hey, that's better than opening and closing on the same night.
True.
We've gone through a couple of those. Which, it makes me wonder, why the hell are they highlighted?
Yeah. Shouldn't we forget about them?
Or I guess they're like, they're just clinging on just to be like known. Like, hey, at least we don't suck as bad as these guys. Speaking of music, you got an album release here.
Yes, I do. 1979, The Cure released their debut album, 3 Imaginary Boys, Boys Don't Cry in U.S. and Australia.
Huh.
That's a good band.
Yeah. We got some sports history. 1984, Minnesota Twins Kirby Puckett debuted with 4 singles. All right. Don't know why he didn't have a $5 bill, but okay. Huh. Or was he like...
He's $1 short. That's why.
Yeah. Or did he show up, with like 2 girls on each arm? 4 singles? I don't know. It's an awful joke. Probably going to get some flack for that. 1985, 20th Academy of Country Music Awards. Alabama, George Strait, and Reba McEntire won.
Reba McEntire.
Reba McEntire. Okay, thank you. We got elected interest here in 1988. Francois Mitterrand was elected president of France. Okay. And, ooh. Perfect timing. One of your favorite boxers, Soen, and it's your turn.
1988,
Ooh.
Mike Tyson crashes his 183,000 Bentley on Varg Street in New York City.
Ooh, ow.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Also, 1989, Paul McCartney releases remake of Ferry Cross the Mersey. in aid of those affected by a Hillsborough disaster which claimed the lives of 96 Liverpool football fans.
Huh. All right.
Also, 1991, CIA Director William H. Webster resigns.
Bye bye.
Why do we care? Why is that highlighted?
I don't know.
Out of all the people that resign from government, he's highlighted.
I don't even know who he was. But,
No,
yeah.
no idea.
He's the director of CIA.
Well, obviously, so Hen.
That's all you need to know.
1993, Lennox Lewis defeated Tony Tucker in 12 for heavyweight boxing title.
Linux.
Lennox?
Yeah, Lennox Lewis.
Lennox Lewis. All right.
You're a Brit too.
In 1994, President Clinton announced Bill Clinton, by the way. Like, let's not confuse, Hillary.
There's only one President Clinton.
Well,
Yeah, it's only
currently.
one president.
Announced U.S. will no longer repatriate boat people. What repatriate? What? I've never heard. Why am I? Wow. Am I stupid? Like, what is this word? I've never heard of this. Have you heard of this?
Maybe a misspelling.
Reparate.
It should be reappropriate, I think.
Repatriate.
Oh,
No, it's a
okay.
reword. Send someone back to their own country. So he refused to send back the boat people. So he was allowing Cubans to come over here.
Yeah.
So okay.
But also, I'm guessing that was also the Alien Gonzalez issue too.
Wait, what?
I'm guessing it's also involving the Alien Gonzalez also. I'm not sure.
I don't know what that is. Alien Gonzalez?
Alien Gonzalez.
Never heard of that.
Kid. Alien Gonzalez.
Oh, Alien! Oh, yeah, the Disney thing with Robot Chicken. I get it. Okay, now I understand. We got some sports history here. In 1996, New York Yankee Dwight Gooden won his first American League game, defeating Tigers 10-3. All right. Why does he always look so mad? Get a better picture of this guy. He looks so angry. Like.
Looks like he fought the Tigers.
Back to you, sir. Getting into the next millennium here.
2001, 36th Academy of Country Music Awards. Dixie Chicks, Steve Hill, and Toby Keith win.
Now, I'm surprised, with this source being liberal and all, that you just still call them the Dixie Chicks, because they did officially change their name to the Chicks.
Really?
Because Dixie and, Confederacy and political, appropriation and all that crap,
2007, a new Northern Ireland executive is formed with Ian Paisley, Democratic Unionist Party, as First Minister and Martin McGuinness Sinn Féin as Deputy First Minister.
Oh, Sinn Féin. That's the dangerous party right there.
Also, 2008, Dmitry Medvedev appoints Vladimir Putin as Russian Prime Minister, and that's how it began.
Yeah.
Dude, like
Medvedev.
Oh man, dude, I just got a chill up my spine. That reminds me so much of what happened with Stalin. Lenin appointed Stalin as that. This guy appointed Putin, and look at where we're at right now. Oh God. Ugh. Anyway, we got a music concert, 2008 as well. Rock for the Rainforest benefit concert held at Carnegie Hall in New York City. Performers included Sting, James Taylor, Billy Joel, Brian Wilson, Chris Botti, Feast, Roberto Alagna, and Natalie Klein. All right. Every time I see this guy, he reminds me of Ted from Scrubs. I swear.
Yeah, that's James Taylor, right?
Yeah, James Taylor.
The other one is Brian Williams from Beach Boys.
Brian Wilson and then Billy Joel.
Wilson, yeah. He's with the Beach Boys back in the day.
More like the Beach Shamblers now, right? And we got some more sports history. 2011, the Tradition Senior Men's Golf, Shoal Creek Golf and Country Club. Tom Lemon won second of 3 Champions Tour majors with par on second playoff hole against Australian Peter Senior. Huh. So literally, he should have won. It's the Senior Men's Golf, Peter Senior. That he must have gone home sore. Man, I can't even win with my own damn name in the title of the competition.
Also, 2012, Dmitry Medvedev is confirmed as Russian Prime Minister by the State Duma after being nominated by Vladimir Putin.
Oh my God! They literally switch positions.
Yeah.
Do-si-do. Ole. And how many years apart was that? That was 4 years. 4 years,
Yeah.
Same day. Same
Yeah.
exact calendar day, 4 years later. Zip. Musical chairs, bro. Still your turn, right?
Yes. Also, 2013, Alex Ferguson announced his retirement as Manchester United manager at the end of the season.
All right.
And also in 2013, former Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi receives a 4-year sentence for fraud.
Ah, he looks like a fraudster. Look at that. Yeah, that's a face like, oh, you can trust me with your money. Uh-huh. Yeah. Don't let that guy approach you around a bank. Ooh. Oh, wow. You got one more here. Talking about Vasco da Gama. Jeez.
2014, world's oldest astrolabe, Mariner Navigator Tool, 1498, from Portuguese shipwreck of explorer Vasco da Gama, out near El Palanhada Island, Oma.
Huh. Oman. That's Africa, right?
I don't know.
Well, let's see here. Where is Oman? Yeah, no, that's in the Middle East. Oman is over by Yemen on the Saudi Peninsula. That's right, by the UAE. So over there, and an astrolabe. Let's see here, images. So it's one of these.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's a navigational tool
Yeah,
and such.
yeah.
But that's really cool. Circa
got it.
1498.
On a sunken ship.
Yeah, almost as old as our country.
Yeah.
Well, at least the discovery of our country. So.
By Whitey.
Yeah. 2018, President Trump pulled the U.S. The U.S. out of the multilateral Iran nuclear deal. Do you have anything? I don't know what that is. That sounds
yeah,
familiar.
no. That was a horrible deal.
He
Yeah.
pulled us out of it. That deal Obama made.
Yeah. it's
Ah.
terrible.
All you had to say was Obama was behind it, and I already know it's crap. So,
Gave him billions of dollars.
oh god,
In cash. They flew cash in. On pallets.
wow, stupid.
All
Absolutely.
kinds of, U.S. dollars, pounds, E1, all kinds of different.
And then you know what they can turn around and do with that? They can copy it and then flood our market and devalue our currency. We've done that to various nations. We did that to Germany during World War II. We made a bunch of fake currency and dropped it and to devalue and completely destroy their economy from within. Like China's doing that to us. We have 2021 Tesla chief executive Tesla. What? Elon Musk hosts Saturday Night Live in the U.S. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And that's just adds more. Saturday Night Live, notoriously liberal. Is Elon Musk really the man that everybody think he is? No, he's not. And then, last but not least, 2022, UK BAFTA Television Awards: In My Skin, Best Drama; Big Zoo, Best Entertainment; Sean Bean and Jodie Comer, Best Acting Awards. Okay. And I think we don't need to cover births and deaths anymore and such because I think the main body is good enough for the show.
Sure.
We're already 50 minutes in. We don't need to pad time. And really, if anybody cares honestly about births and deaths, they'll look for it themselves. We have the links. I mean, some people would like it. Harry Truman. The guy who authorized nuking Japan, born on this date in 1884, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, let's go ahead. I think I'm just gonna make an executive decision and just cut births and deaths out of the show from now on.
I don't agree. I leave anyway. So.
Yeah, well, plus, yeah. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar in the description, down there, for any links you may be interested, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition, which in itself includes
William TV on Twitch.
Yep. Anyway, for your dose of passive and daily, we stream every day at 11 in the morning Pacific time, which is 12. But I'm screwing myself up. Just 1 hour
Central.
difference really rattles off, the whole scheme. 12 Mountain
1 Central.
and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anyway, for all of you and all of us, I am Alexander.
Go ahead.
Golden Loon.
And you are you, and until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!